not just about our name or sentimentality, it's about the exceptional care that the hospital has always been known for. I've heard from so many of you on the Edward Hain Hospital Facebook page telling me how well looked after you or your loved ones have been at the hospital. And I've also heard from many people who work there who love their jobs, including one nurse whose words I'd like to share with you because they moved me so much. She wrote just the other day, "We are all proud to be known as Edward Hain girls because that is what they call us. We just want to go home and do what we do best in honour of Edward Hain. He watches over us." When I first read that, it brought tears to my eyes. So all of us, like all of you, hope and pray that the Cornwall Foundation Trust will see fit to talk to us, to communicate, to talk about these ideas and get these wards reopened as soon as possible. The hospital is needed in the community, which is what Sir Edward intended it for, and every doctor in the area says so. So in closing, I'd like to thank you all for being there tonight, for your support of the hospital, and to thank the press who have kept the story front and centre. And in particular, I'd like to thank Chris Coughlin, the chairman of the hospital's League of Friends, who has done and is doing so much to get this to happen. Thank you all. The family sends you their best wishes, and so do I. Signing off from America, good night.
Why does St Ives need to have community beds?
Well, Edward Hain has currently 12 beds. They've now been empty for 1 year, and they are not only the serving in St Ives, they've been serving for 97 years and doing wonderful service, but because of the closure of Poltaire earlier that one closed down. So now Edward Hain is serving the whole of Penrith, everywhere from Land's End through to Helston. They are the only recuperation beds available in the whole of the West.
So the loss of those beds is presumably contributing to what we now call bed blocking at Treliske.
Indeed, yes. We have a calculation done by, I might say, a member of the staff of NHS, and he's calculated that over a year, with the average time spent in a hospital, etc., it amounts to 300, somewhat around about 300 patients could have been treated in Hain who weren't in the year it's been closed.
Will you be supporting the call of the Friends of Edward Hain Hospital for an independent review of the grounds on which it's closed?
I'm very happy to look into that and see that we get absolute honesty about where we are today and how we got here. But what's really important is we use all the power that comes with this group of people to get the beds open. That's the absolute priority, and however we do that, we must do it. It's an important thing. We haven't got any beds in Penrith now, community beds, and we need to get the hospital open again. That mustn't be delayed by us looking at how we've got to where we are now, but I do accept that we really, if you want the public to engage and feel that they're being listened to and also trust the decision makers, then it's absolutely right that there's transparency and there's honesty about how we've got to here today. Absolutely.
Now, there are 12 beds down in this area because Edward Hain is closed. Are you saying that those 12 beds need to be at Edward Hain Hospital, or could they be somewhere else in West Penrith?
There's no plan. There's no immediate plan or availability of beds elsewhere in Penrith. So actually, Edward Hain is the best option for us right now. There's a lot of work to integrate services, and that's fantastic. But right now, in the immediate future, it's the beds at Edward Hain that offer what we need to reduce pressure on urgent care, but also to stop people going there in the first place.
Now, £1.2 million, we're told, is what it would cost to repair Edward Hain. Isn't that just chucking good money after bad?
Well, NHS Property Company have committed to 400,000. That's what they're committed to. So, and that's to bring the building up into a good state of repair in terms of fire safety. The extra 800,000, which is a figure that's being bandied about, if we can get a bond against the asset, so that if that is given by the local community, which is something that it's going to be a tall ask, but it's not impossible. If we can get a bond if that building's if we have a part company with that building, that money comes back to the community, then I think it's worth doing, because it's a building that's treasured by the local community. It will provide services that we need today, irrespective of how services develop in 10 years' time.
The grounds ostensibly on which it's closed is that there's been a change or an upgrade really in the required facilities for evacuating patients in the event of a fire. It used to be thought acceptable that patients could effectively be dragged out on mats, and today apparently that's not good enough. We've got to have wider doors so that they can be brought out in a wheelchair. There hasn't actually ever been a fire at Edward Hain. They've never had to evacuate the building in nearly 100 years. It does look like a flimsy excuse for keeping it closed.
I certainly wouldn't say it's a flimsy excuse. You've got people here who are ultimately responsible for people's lives, both for the safety of the staff and patients. And you're right, we haven't had a fire there, but I'm not going to tempt fate. But I've been looking at every time the local community have raised certain queries and questions, I've gone straight back to NHS Property Company and gone back to the Cornwall Foundation Trust, and they've answered those questions. So actually, what we should concern ourselves now with is getting the hospital open in any way we can, not falling out about who's right and who's wrong.